Hi guys, I'm Olly Foster, Reflex Nutrition sponsored athlete, fitness model and personal trainer at Ultimate Performance in Mayfair, London. Initially I got into training at the age of 14. What sparked everything was I came last in a cross country race. I was so embarrassed, felt really low, went home, told my dad, and basically he took me to the gym actually the next day, and it was from that sparked my motivation to start to train. I was inspired, and from there I went to play rugby, and just grew from the love of training from that really. Initially I trained to play for rugby, and then as my rugby sort of career came back due to injury, my training now is mainly based around aesthetics or physique, so to do the fitness modelling on the side. My training programs normally vary. I normally work in a 10-week cycle, so I'll do 4 weeks of strength-based training, and then another 4 weeks of hypertrophy training, and 2 weeks of metabolic style or lactic acid-based training. The diet normally works in hand with that. Normally I vary my macros all the time, but it's mainly more carb heavy when I'm doing strength training, and then I'll drop the carbs, increase fats, and more hypertrophy, and then as it fades into the lactic acid style training, I'll start to drop the carbs completely and try and glycogen deplete and increase the protein even more. But my diet's pretty strict, pretty regular. I don't phase normally, I don't yo-yo between, there's no season, there's no on and off season, so to speak. I mentioned that quite a few times. It's quite regular throughout the year. I think as a core foundation for supplements, the ones that I use and the ones that I always recommend to my clients would be a multivitamin, a good multivitamin. For myself, I use Nexogen, and then you've got fish oil, omega-3 or krill oils, and then there's a vitamin D. On top of that, I always recommend glutamine as well. Glutamine, I use it mainly for the digestion purposes, how it helps seal the gut and helps with leaky gut. So it helps absorb the nutrients of the food. And also from that as well, you start to play with probiotics, digestive enzymes. But more importantly, you've got your other supplements, is your protein wheys and some pre-workouts as well. But I don't really advocate pre-workouts consistently. That's something that needs to be cycled. Initially got sponsored quite a while ago now. I did a sample day because I was based up in Edinburgh for Reflex, and they asked me to do a sample day there. I agreed, and then the relationship sort of joined from there. I basically, what it was I used Reflex anyways. I've used Reflex for years. I used Reflex before I was sponsored by them, and I continue to use them now as my sort of career progresses and my training progresses. I recommend it to all my clients and stuff as well. Yeah, there's a few things that I'm doing at the moment. A couple of things that I can't really mention just yet, but there's going to be a DVD that I'm doing. I say DVD, it's not a DVD, it's actually an online video package that we're doing. So it's basically going to show you how I train, or training for a purpose. It's going to be an actual program, so showing you training, cooking advice, supplementation advice as well. So that should be filmed by the end of this month, and then hopefully released mid-October. Start basic. Don't go too complicated. Don't try and do all the exercises you see most of the guys do in the gym. Keep it simple, and then as your body starts to adapt and sort of stabilizes and doesn't respond as well, that's when you can start changing the programs, introducing more exercises. But look to adapt. Always look to do periodization. Always look to change your routines every 4 to 6 weeks. Also research as well. You can never do enough research when it comes to educating yourself on how the body works, especially with regards to food, how what sort of food you should be taking based on what your goals are. Everyone's diets are different based on what the reason that they're training. So again, just educate yourself, try and learn what foods are good for you, read the nutritional information on the back and get a better understanding of how many grams of protein is in this or carbs is in this. Just start to educate yourself more really.